Now you are coming to see me after 20 some years, 25 years. You came to see me, and you can hardly recognize me anymore.
Right. Well, I'm a little older now.
Yeah, I'm much older. Now tell me the story some 25 years ago, and what make you see us?
Well, my wife and I both were heavy smokers. My wife was probably 2-pack-a-day smoker. I was 3-pack-a-day smoker.
Wow, between the two of you, 5 packs a day.
Yeah. I was working overseas in China on a construction project, and my wife was here in Houston, and her girlfriend was an extremely heavy smoker, and had made an appointment with you, Dr. Ling, and had asked my wife to simply help her drive over here to your office. And my wife agreed to do that. And since her girlfriend was going to undergo your treatment, she just decided on her own to take your treatment also.
The wife girlfriend was a heavy smoker?
Very heavy smoker.
A few packs a day.
Lots of coughing and terrible. So my wife went and took your treatment, and it was an instant success. But she didn't tell me that she had taken the treatment. So
at that time, you were not in USA.
No, I'm working in China.
You came home.
I came home on vacation, and I was home for 2 days, and I never did notice that she had quit smoking, but she told me the story of how simple the treatment was and how successful it was. So I did not take the treatment then. I went back to work in China, and I thought about it for 3 months. I had 3 months before my next vacation. But I'd made my mind up that I was going to undergo the treatment, my next vacation back to Houston. So at that time when I left China, my first flight was always to Tokyo, and I would call my wife and let her know that I was out of China and on my way home. And I said, I've made up my mind. Please call Dr. Ling and make me an appointment. So when I came home, she had made me an appointment, and just a few days later, I underwent the treatment. And the minute that I left your office, I no longer wanted a cigarette.
You were how many packs a day then?
3 packs a day.
3 packs a day. You know how much money today? There's a lot of money.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. One treatment?
What's that?
Did you come just one treatment? You quit?
One treatment only.
No.
One thing that helped me to make my mind up was I learned how to play tennis over in China. And I found out that I was spending more time and effort trying to breathe than I was trying to learn the sport. And that helped me to make my mind up. I got to quit this terrible habit.
Well, at that time you have some difficulty to breathe when you...
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So I followed your instructions, and since then, and it's been 25 years, and I have not even thought about a cigarette since. My wife, the same story.
Yeah, both successful.
Yes.
And then story doesn't end.
Well, we have many friends that we worked with around the world, and of course many of them were smokers. And when they heard about my story, they decided, most of them decided, to come to Houston and undergo the treatment. So I think we've recommended between 20 and 25 of our friends to you to undergo the treatment.
And many of them are from outside of Texas, everywhere else.
Oh yeah, I worked in China for 5 years, so I had lots of friends over there.
Yeah.
These were pretty much all Americans.
Yeah.
That came here. I've worked in the Philippines. I've worked in Africa, and I've recommended many of my friends from these various countries, and they would come undergo the treatment. And they were all successful except one gentleman who lives in Canada. He came down for the treatment, and he admits that he did not follow your instructions after the treatment, and he failed.
He failed.
And he admits it's his fault.
Yeah.
I keep recommending that he come down to Houston and visit you again, but he has not been down here yet.
Or out of those 20-some, and just one failed that you know.
Only one. Yeah.
And most of these people coming to that you recommend, not all from Houston, some from far away.
Oh yeah, various countries.
Various countries
Various
even?
countries. And when I was working in China, I had naturally told all my friends how successful I was in quitting this habit. So many of them, when they heard that it was acupuncture, they decided to try some of the acupuncturists in Beijing, and a lot of people would spend their vacations in Singapore, and many of them would undergo acupuncture treatments in Singapore and Beijing, and they were all unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. Until they came here.
That's right. Yeah.
And that started to help me at world-class quit smoking clinic. Today, we have almost smokers from 40 foreign countries.
I believe that.
You can see on the map, and I asked those people from out of country sign their name and the country where they live, and then the date.
Yeah.
We are happy that you quit so many years ago. Think about 3 packs a day, and that's a lot of financial burden as well.
My wife and I, quite often, when we see one of our friends smoking, and we comment to one another that we're so thankful that we were able to kick this habit so easily.
Yeah. And we want to help more people quit, and few can imagine that we can render this kind of service. One treatment, quit.
Lots of people don't believe me.
Don't believe me.
Until they come down and undergo the treatment. Then you made a believer out of them, you know.
Today you are coming not for quit smoking, but for your
back, foot drop problem.
Foot drop problem, yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Thank you, and for giving us the testimony.
Okay, you're quite welcome.